Athens, the cradle of Western civilization, where Socrates asked questions that still haunt us, where democracy was born in blood and marble, where the Parthenon has watched empires rise and fall for 2,500 years. But the Athens of 1900 is not the Athens of Pericles. It's a provincial capital of a young nation trying to remember its greatness. This is the story of how the ancient city evolved through wars, dictatorships, economic miracles, and disasters, to become something its founders could never imagine. In 1900, Athens is a small city of barely 150,000 souls living in the shadow of the Acropolis. The newly independent Greek state has dressed its capital in Neoclassical architecture, grand buildings mimicking ancient glory, trying to convince Europe that modern Greece deserves respect. The city is charming but provincial, dusty streets where goats wander near archaeological ruins, where peasants sell olives in the shadow of temples older than Christianity. The early 1900s bring the great idea, megali idea, the dream of reclaiming all Greek lands from the Ottoman Empire. Athens swells with refugees from Asia Minor, the population doubling overnight. The city explodes outward in chaotic expansion. Neoclassical elegance gives way to desperate concrete. The 1920s are brutal: defeat in war, massive population exchange, economic collapse. Athens transforms from planned capital to refugee city almost overnight. World War II brings darkness. Nazi occupation from 1941 to 1944 starves the city. The Great Famine kills tens of thousands. Bodies lie in streets. The Parthenon, having survived 2,000 years, watches its people die below. Liberation brings no peace. Civil war erupts immediately. Communist and royalist forces battle in Athens streets. Ancient monuments become sniper positions. The city that invented democracy tears itself apart over its future. Post-Civil War Athens enters a frenzy of reconstruction. The 1950s and 60s bring the antiparochi system. Property owners exchange land for apartments in new buildings. Athens becomes a concrete jungle almost overnight. Beautiful neoclassical houses demolished for ugly apartment blocks. The city spreads like spilled water, consuming everything. By 1970, over 2 million people crowd the Athens basin, and the smog, the nephos, blankets the city like a curse. The 1967 to 1974 military junta brings both repression and infrastructure. The metro is planned, but not built. The dictatorship falls in 1974, and democracy returns. This time, hopefully, for good. The 1980s bring EU membership and money. Athens modernizes rapidly. The 1990s see frantic preparation for the 2004 Olympics. New metro lines finally pierce beneath ancient ruins. The airport moves. Highways carve through mountains. For one shining summer in 2004, Athens shows the world it can still be glorious. Then 2008 changes everything. The global financial crisis hits Greece like a sledgehammer. By 2010, Athens is the epicenter of the European debt crisis. Riots in Syntagma Square, homeless sleeping in parks, middle-class professionals scavenging dumpsters. The city that invented Western civilization becomes a cautionary tale about debt and hubris. Yet somehow, Athens survives. It always does. The 21st century forces Athens to confront existential threats. Summer temperatures soar past 45 degrees Celsius. Wildfires ring the city, turning day to apocalyptic orange. The marathon route where Pheidippides ran becomes uninhabitable in summer. By 2050, Athens implements radical cooling systems. Reflective surfaces coat buildings. Underground water networks provide district cooling. Massive solar canopies shade streets while generating power. The economic recovery is slow but real. Athens becomes a digital nomad hub. Affordable living, ancient culture, reliable internet attract remote workers globally. The city reinvents itself as the digital Agora, where modern tech workers debate ideas in cafes, just as philosophers once did. By 2080, Athens' population reaches 5 million in the metropolitan area. The city has learned from its concrete mistakes. New development is vertical, dense, green. Rooftop farms, vertical forests. The nephos finally clears. Technology transforms how Athens relates to its past. Augmented reality overlays let you see the ancient city superimposed on modern streets. Walk through the Agora and your glasses show it as it was in 400 BCE. Philosophers debating, merchants selling, democracy in action. The past becomes present, becomes future. By 2150, Athens has achieved something remarkable. It has become a city where 2,500 years of history exist simultaneously. The Acropolis remains unchanged, but beneath it, vast underground spaces house museums, libraries, research centers carved from bedrock. The city grows downward, not outward, preserving the surface while expanding below. Archaeological technology advances to godlike levels. Athens becomes the global center for temporal archaeology, using quantum sensors and AI reconstruction to recreate lost civilizations in perfect detail. The Library of Alexandria, digitally resurrected. Lost plays of Sophocles, reconstructed from molecular traces. Athens becomes humanity's memory keeper. Architecture evolves into Neoclassical futurism, buildings that echo ancient proportions and philosophy, but use materials that would seem magical to Pericles. Columns that generate power, marble that breathes and filters air. Temples to knowledge where AI philosophers engage humans in Socratic dialogue. By 2300, Athens is no longer fighting to remember its glory days, it's creating new ones. By 2400, Athens has become something unprecedented, the world's first consciousness city. Advanced AI trained on 2,500 years of Western philosophy operates not as overlord, but as participant in an eternal agora. Citizens debate not just with each other, but with digital reconstructions of Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. Not crude chatbots, but sophisticated entities that genuinely embody ancient wisdom. The physical city has stabilized at 8 million, but the digital Athens hosts billions. A virtual agora where humanity grapples with the questions that matter. The Parthenon still stands, now protected by an invisible energy field that will preserve it for millennia. Around it, the city has become a living philosophy. Architecture that asks questions, streets that guide thought, spaces that facilitate the examined life. By 2500, Athens has evolved beyond nationalism. It's not the capital of Greece, but the capital of human inquiry, a place where people and AIs together wrestle with existence, meaning, ethics. The city that asked, "What is justice?" 2,500 years ago still asks it, but now with tools Socrates couldn't imagine. Democracy, invented here, has evolved into something more: collective intelligence, humanity thinking together, the ultimate symposium spanning the globe and beyond. From marble temples to consciousness networks, Athens' evolution proves that some questions never age, some ideas never die, some cities never truly fall. The examined life Socrates demanded has become the examined civilization. As the sun sets over the Acropolis in 2500, casting shadows older than empires, Athens remains what it always was. Humanity's reminder that the most important journey is inward, that the greatest evolution happens not in our technology, but in our thinking, that civilization's highest achievement is not conquering the world, but understanding ourselves.